Hi, this is David from Flies Like Us. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the Ableton project for my song Layers. We're going to take a look at the different plugins that I use. We're going to go and dissect the different sections of this song. And if you're a songwriter or producer, I'm hoping that this helps you find some inspiration and gives you some insight into my songwriting process. I'm going to put links down below in the description for all of the plugins that I talk about in this video, some of the different gear that I use, as well as a link to the song Layers so you guys can listen to that. Thank you for coming by and watching this video, and without any further ado, let's get into it. Take you into my world here and show you really how this song came to be. Oh yeah? Okay, so here is my song Layers, opened up in Ableton Live 10, and I want to go over the plugins that I'm using on this song. Firstly, I'm using GetGood Drums. The pack is called Modern and Massive. So it is the default kit, 100% turbo, so this button over here turned up maxed on everything. I'm using, so default kit means this Q drum company, and then the Meinl symbols. We are routing from the Contact player and sending all of these tracks individually out into Ableton, so then we can control the bass drum and everything if we want to compress and change volumes and do whatnot. So you actually have control from the player itself here. And there's, you know, volumes and different things here, and also bleed and how much is going into each of the tracks. So you have some settings there that you need to fiddle with, and then you're going out here and then have the individual control of each of the tracks as well. And you can look up, there's a good YouTube video somewhere on how to route all of this into Ableton so that you can then control it all individually yourself. As far as bass is concerned, I'm using Ampeg's SVT3 Pro for the bass. And then here for guitars, Neural DSP, Archetype Tim Henson, and it's actually the default, not default, but preset called Pop That Punk under Keshav Dar. Hope I'm saying his name right, from Sky Harbor. I love this guy, I love this band. Pop That Punk, boom. So two big packs, Plugin Alliance's Mega Bundle, and that's going to be this whole list right over here, a whole bunch of stuff. And then the rest are iZotope's suite of plugins as well. And that is like, I think, 20 bucks a month. The Mega Bundle from Plugin Alliance, I think, is 25. And so iZotope, big ones. Insight is basically telling you on my master track, my volume. I'm gonna know exactly, you know, if I'm Spotify ready and stuff like that. Nectar Pro for vocals, Neoverb Pro, I'm using that on the return tracks. Ozone Pro is gonna be the master track as well. SSL Comp, this is a Waves plugin, and then I've got Oxford Inflator on the track as well. So you can buy these two, pay for these two bundles, and have most of what I have here. The foundation of this track actually started with this right here. I wrote this back in like 2012 or something like that. I don't even know how long ago. And so it's kind of just weird a cappella vocals. I found like a little bongo track on GarageBand and then had that as a loop underneath. And to be honest, I got inspired by the movie Frozen. And so anyway, I love Disney movies. Everyone can fuck off. It's there's, if you've seen the movie, it's unmistakable. The beginning of the movie, there's like this chanting going on. So my biggest fear with writing this was that whatever the chant that I used was like in some language, and it meant like, I don't know, something horrible or something. But anyway, I'm hoping that that's not the case. This is the sample from the song we talked about. And so we look at the EQ here. We've essentially just cut out the lows, gotten rid of these harsh highs, and then taken away, you know, a lot of this here. We're kind of thinning it out. So we're thinning out the sound of it so it can just lie underneath all this other stuff here. So we essentially have an entire song underneath of another song.
Cry out, can you hear it? Can you see me through the violence?
That's going on essentially throughout most of this song here, and then we're going to dive right into the vocals. So this is kind of why I wanted to make this video. The song's called Layers because of the vocals. There's probably way too many tracks. You know, I probably could have done a little bit better here. But anyway, is what it is. We've got the lead.
Cry out, can you hear it?
And then I just do I do a left right on these. I probably only need one of these, but anyway, again, hence the song, the title there.
Cry out, can you hear it? Can you see me?
Just giving it some beef. And then these are the parts that are modeling after that track. And so here's that. So those are the root note chants, and then here's the other chant section. This is the harmony part. So that's going to be underneath that whole section, and that's essentially going along with this. Brought together here.
Cry out, can you hear it? Can you see me through the violence? Sell out for a moment, for a feeling. Can you own it?
You know, I tune the shit out of these vocals. And here's the thing. I'm not running vocal line or anything like that that's going to align these vocals together. These are all just kind of me doing the best I can timing-wise. Kind of more of a choir or, you know, kind of sound to it, you know, because lines are going to end a little bit sooner or later than another. They're not going to be tightened up that way. So it's a little more natural thing, and it just goes to, like, my mindset more as a songwriter. Look, I'm not gonna, you know, fool myself into thinking this is $100,000 plus studio with this equipment. We're trying to fake it till we make it, so to speak, right? So you'd rather just focus on the song and songwriting, the mixing and the mastering and all that. That's more of a work in progress, you know, for me. I'm learning that as I'm going here. This is me just kind of sharing my process here and the different tools that I'm using. Anyway, so we've got this kind of, you know, whole section here. And then the next part is the second verse.
Top of the world will scream till it hurts.
Now what happens here is this sample's getting cut out here, so everything else is going to cut through a little bit more cleanly.
Top of the world will scream till it hurts.
Now we're getting a little bit more of these other elements, these other harmonies that are happening going along with the lead.
Side by side, so much to learn, what is it worth?
Something I heard in driving around the car, I'm like, I need to add this little piece of shit in here.
Time goes by, do you wonder all of my...
And then we're hearing these other harmony elements here as well.
Do you wonder all of my time down to the wire?
So again, it's kind of speaking to that choir thing we're going for here. So I guess we're just listening to this song together, and then you're able to kind of hear these parts by themselves.
Break the bonds and go.
So I want to essentially double up what my lead is doing, and then I'm on this next part. Then we've got a harmony section that's you know, following that, and then this next section is going to change a little bit.
Break the bonds and go.
So we've got two things that are hanging out a little longer.
Break the bonds and go.
And then these parts under here are ending a little bit shorter.
Break the bonds and go.
Together.
Break the bonds and go.
And then with the harmonies.
Break the bonds and go.
And then let's see, find this lead, and then this is with the lead.
Break the bonds and go.
So then the lead's even doing its own thing. But again, in this whole mix, in context, then it sounds like this.
Break the bonds and go. Break the bonds and go. Break the bonds and go. Break the bonds and go.
So it's, you know, really a big kind of production value with all of these quote unquote layers in here. The only the other thing that's going on, these are all Ableton stock things. I just juice up a little bit. This is going on underneath of this is the verse section. So anyway, if it sounds good, I'm using it. So just this kind of going on underneath.
Break the bonds and go.
Now, I gotta go over this because this is just overkill, but this is this one section here.
We are not alone.
Again, just too many tracks probably could have been cut in half, so that just speaks again to this song title, I guess, and we're layering things out.
We are not alone.
The guitar's going to be coming in at this last section, kind of the climax of the song. We'll just hear this guitar. And then this part, I think we'll show the automation. This just fades in here. And I'm using this little shimmer, which gives us this kind of dreamy, spacey vibe. So the other thing that's going on is I just automate this part of the sample up. There's a little bit of a vocal kind of lead. So that rise, that vocal rise. And then you can hear that in context. What happens here also, I still haven't decided if I like this or not. This kind of bongo percussive sound that's happening here, it's almost changing the way the snare sounds because they're happening together. Maybe that's so when these snares are hitting, I think they're hitting with the bongo sounds. It's kind of changing a little bit the overall tone of what the drums are sounding like. And then the song kind of ends where it began with just this sample part. And that's pretty much it. So my song Layers is out. You can listen to it wherever you like to listen to it. And I really appreciate you watching this video and, you know, joining me and looking at this song and kind of dissecting the whole thing. But thank you so much. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff to get these robots to help get us paid here. All right. See you guys. So I got this new windscreen that goes on the mic here. And it works really well, but it does seem pretty ridiculous because you can't see... you can't see my face. So, yeah, okay. Probably take this off. And now we've got the thing off, so... I mean, this is the size of my head.